G'day people, and welcome to this second guide video of this channel. Today we are doing Buster. He's actually my favourite brawler in the game. So first off, we'll go over, he's a tank, and his playstyle is more about getting the best position as possible. Now, I'll go over his regular attack. So his regular attack, it does less damage further away, but more damage up close. This is very similar to Leon and the reverse of like Piper. As you can see here, I've actually just made I've done a bit of photoshopping or whatever, and done exactly the numbers there. So it takes, so you get pretty good amount of damage. This was actually buffed not long ago. I think it was like 3-4 updates ago. This was buffed, so this is the newest version of it. So yeah, his attack is very similar to Sandy's and M's, where as you can see, it shoots out 3 projectiles. This is very handy for wall peeking. These projectiles got a quite big hitbox, but their collision box is quite small. So in terms, it's like Nita. It can peek around walls very well, and his super throws out a shield or whatever, and it reflects damage, dealing 800. The reflect range is about, it's about 8 1/3 tiles. It's a pretty long range, so you'd be able to reflect all snipers and stuff like that. It's pretty handy for using that. Let's go over his gadgets. His utility belt gadget heals his allies for 900 health, or him and his ally is 900 health, but for each ally that's in that radius, it will times the value. It would times the value essentially by the number of allies here. So if there's one ally, if you're the only person in that radius, it will only heal you 900. But as you can see here, when there's 2 allies in the radius, that adds up to times 3, so it heals all of you 2,700. His slow-mo replay gadget allows you his next attack to pull enemies in. That's pretty much it, what it does. It used to slow, but now they've just nerfed it. This could be very easy to confirm kills. And in Brawl Ball, it's just very good to get some easy goals. His Blockbuster gadget, Star Power, deals 15% more damage per every ally that's in your radius. So this actually only stacks up twice, so that maxes out to 30% extra damage. Now the reason why it's working here with no allies is because there's a weird glitch with the burgers, where the burgers are some reason counted as allies, and therefore will increase his damage. But what we figured out is that it can only do up to a maximum of 2 allies. So in a 5v5 mode, this can only give you a maximum of 30% extra damage, which is still a lot of damage if you can add that up. That's still 3.5k damage. Now his Kevlar Vest Star Power allows you to be immune to push, pulls and stuns, and gains a 10% shield. This is very handy to avoid getting pushed back by your enemies, and unfortunately it doesn't actually work with Kit. Some reason, even though Kit is a stun attack, it doesn't work with Kit. So yeah, let's go over his counters and his best targets. I've also put a third category here called situational, which is kind of like if something it's a situation. In like certain situations, he'd be definitely very good. So his best counters would definitely be Daryl and a lot of tanks. So you could see Jackie, Sam, and Surge. El Primo. Surge is a damage dealer, and damage dealers are always very good against tanks. Larry and Laurie is just generally good against a Buster because his super basically slows him down. That's something I didn't mention earlier. He is slow while he's using his super, so he's more vulnerable to the artillery type, but especially Larry and Laurie, since they deal a lot more damage. Now Mortis, that's probably more of a situational, but if you waste ammo, you cannot burst down Mortis. He will just dash on top of you, and there's nothing you can do. Daryl's the same thing. Rosa's just too tanky to deal with. And in terms of his best targets, he heavy counters Tara, but it only is a heavy counter if you've got his second star power, which is Kevlar Vest. It's really the only use that star power will have against. Basically, it's the only interaction it will change. I do prefer the damage a bit more. It's just me, really. But Lily is also, he's pretty good into Lily, because Lily doesn't have, well, he could just kill Lily pretty easily. She doesn't have a lot of, she has a lot of burst damage, but he has a lot of HP. So Kyle, he's able to absolutely interrupt his super with a gadget. Clancy, he's able to block the super with his own super. And same with Colt, Gale, and Griff. His shield basically counters all damage dealers, basically. So he's sort of a tank that can counter his own type. Yeah, and Piper is a good situation where that's more of a passive counter. So, and in terms of situational, I think I have mentioned this earlier. Edgar is definitely situational. If you don't have the burst damage, you can't take him out. That's the same as Mortis. I probably should have put Mortis in the situational area too. Draco, you can actually interrupt his suit from him turning into the dragon, which is very good. That actually heavy counters, as well as his super deals, as well as he's able to block the super as well. Bull is also sort of situational. I wouldn't say he's that. He's probably more of a counter. He's a bit like Daryl, but he's just more predictable. In terms of Frank, he can block his super. I'm sure you've seen the clips earlier. Jesse, that he could stop the turret from its path. Now Jesse when Jesse puts her turret down, he could just put the shield in front of the turret and it will destroy it instantly. Even if it's hypercharged, it will just get knocked out instantly. Meg is also situational since he's able to get close to Meg, unlike other brawlers with his super. And Nita's also situational. With the super, Nita will definitely counter Buster. And I think that's basically what I've covered here. In terms of his game modes, he's pretty versatile basically everywhere. Heist is probably not one of those, just like Fang. He doesn't have a real lot of damage, but he can definitely be, he's still actually not bad in Heist. He's still a solid defense, but he's not very practical in the meta due to. Now in terms of his build, in Gem Grab, I think all these game modes you mainly want to use the slow-mo replay. It is definitely the better gadget 100% of the time. In terms of his star powers, the Kevlar Vest is sort of really useless. It's hard to get value out of it. Unlike his damage one, you can sort of get value with it if you've got good synergies. His gadgets always get the extra gadget, that's pretty basic, and on his gears, extra gadget's always essential with his gears. And the speed, and between the speed, damage, and health gear it's really map dependent, but mostly you'd probably go to the health gear in Bounty and Knockout, where Brawl Ball and Gem Grab you'd go to speed gear. And damage gear is alright, it works really well does synergize really well with his star power. Anyway, we'll give you a brief demonstration on good Buster gameplay. So Buster is basically all about position. So if you can get a good position on the map, you can basically carry the game. So I mean, all I'm doing here in there, because he's very good in Knockout, he's a very solid pick in Knockout. All I'm doing is just staying around the teammates and charging my super, and then once I charge my super, I can push into this Piper right here and instant kill her with the gadget and the super combo. Now I'm just kind of juking the Dynamite and that, and then getting into a decent position, as you can see here, and we just take out the whole team. In this second game, I basically already have my super charged, so that's pretty easy. I could just stay back for a little bit, but I'll still wait for them to push forward, so then we can get closer. So So now I've seen the opportunity to take this position here. So now I've got the grass position. I definitely have the advantage. I quickly try and take out the berry, but unfortunately he has a knockback, which is another good counter to Buster. And now I'm just duking out shots. I've quickly taken out the berry. I'm in a great position. I take out Piper and then finish off with Dynamite with the triple cool. If you do like this guide, do hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch. I will be streaming. I think I've just posted a stream just before this upload, so trying out Kenji, so do check out that video. Thanks for watching.